Imagine this. You wake up at 2 a.m. with a dry mouth and a craving that feels impossible to resist. You shuffle to the kitchen. The cookie jar calls your name. You think, just one. But the truth is that one cookie keeps your body stuck in a dangerous cycle. Seniors across America are told sugar is harmless comfort. But in reality, sugar is one of the most addictive substances we face every single day. Sugar lights up the reward center in your brain, the same way drugs like cocaine do. It spikes insulin, drives fat into your liver, and over time creates insulin resistance. That resistance does not just lead to diabetes, it raises your risk of heart disease, dementia, and even cancer. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who consume high amounts of sugar had a significantly higher risk of dying from heart disease, even if they were not overweight. Sugar does not play fair. No wonder quitting feels impossible. The cravings are real. The withdrawal is uncomfortable. But here is the challenge. Could 30 days without sugar transform your health? Stay with me, because the answer may shock you. What if I told you that just 30 days without sugar could change your entire life? It may sound unbelievable, but research shows that giving up sugar can reset your body and your brain in ways most people never expect. Imagine fewer mood swings, better sleep, and even foods tasting different, sometimes too sweet, after only a few weeks. Here is the promise. In 30 days, your blood sugar can stabilize, which means no more energy crashes in the afternoon. Your mood and mental clarity can lift because your brain finally gets steady fuel instead of sugar spikes and crashes. Your body begins burning fat more efficiently, leading to natural weight loss without starvation diets. And the long-term protection? You lower your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia. That is a powerful return for just one small change. I remember a woman in her late 60s who stopped eating desserts and soda for a single month. By week 3, she told me, "Doctor, I never realized an apple could taste so sweet." Her taste buds had rewired, and the foods she once ignored now felt like a treat. This is only the beginning. So what exactly happens inside your body during those first few days without sugar? Let us explore that next. Tip 1. Cravings and withdrawal. First 3 to 4 days. Why do so many people feel worse before they feel better when they quit sugar? You expect to feel lighter and healthier right away, but instead you get headaches, mood swings, and cravings that seem unbearable. That is not weakness. That is withdrawal. Sugar feeds the dopamine reward pathway in your brain, the same pathway that responds to addictive drugs. When you suddenly stop, your brain panics. It is looking for that quick hit of pleasure it has relied on for years. Here is the good news. These first few days are the hardest, but they are also the shortest. For most people, the cravings last only 2 to 4 days. During this time, hydration is your best friend. Aim for at least 8 cups of water daily, which is about 1.9 liters. Keep your hands busy and your body moving. A 20-minute walk can calm nerves and help burn off tension. Adding protein at meals like 3 ounces of chicken, or about 85 grams, keeps your blood sugar steady and your appetite under control. One caution: if you are diabetic or on medication, check your blood sugar often. Dropping sugar too quickly can change your numbers fast. Stay in touch with your doctor. The key is this: once you get through those first few days, the cravings fade, and that is when the real benefits begin. So what comes next? Let us take a look. Tip 2. Stable blood, sugar, and less hunger. Will you always feel hungry if you stop eating sugar? That is one of the biggest fears seniors have. The truth is, the opposite happens once your body begins to adapt. At first, sugar feels like quick energy, but it is like a roller coaster. Blood sugar goes up fast, then crashes, leaving you weak, shaky, and searching for another snack. That cycle keeps hunger alive all day. Here is the shift. When you cut sugar, insulin begins to drop. And when insulin is lower, your body finally unlocks its own storage tank fat. Instead of begging for another cookie, your body starts burning what it already has. This process takes just 4 to 7 days. After that, your hunger stabilizes. Many people are shocked to discover that they can go hours between meals without cravings. So how do you eat during this time? Build balanced meals. Consider a palm-sized piece of chicken or fish, approximately 3 to 4 ounces, or 85 to 110 grams. Add 2 cups of non-starchy vegetables, which is about 480 milliliters. These foods keep you satisfied while your metabolism resets. One caution: do not swap sugar for white bread, pasta, or rice. Those starches act almost the same as sugar in your blood. And here is the exciting part. As hunger calms, your brain begins to feel sharper and more focused. So what happens inside your mind when sugar is gone? Let us take a look. Tip 3. Mental clarity and mood. Can quitting sugar really change your brain? Many seniors are surprised to hear that it does. In fact, your mind may feel sharper and your mood more balanced within just weeks of cutting sugar. Here is why. When blood sugar goes up and down all day, your brain feels it first. That roller coaster can trigger anxiety, depression, and brain fog. But when you stop feeding that cycle, insulin drops, and your body begins producing ketones. Ketones are a clean, steady fuel that your brain loves. Instead of crashing, you now enjoy stable energy and sharper focus. Here is what you can do. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes of movement each day, which is about 3,000 to 4,000 steps. Exercise triggers a substance called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Think of it like Miracle-Gro for your brain. It helps repair neurons and protect against memory loss. I once worked with a retired engineer who struggled with forgetfulness. After 2 months of cutting sugar and walking daily, he reported not only better energy but clearer memory recall. One caution: some people experience what is called low-carb flu for a few days. You may feel tired, foggy, or irritable, but it passes quickly and clarity returns stronger than ever. And here is the exciting part. Clearer thinking is only the beginning. Your very taste buds start to transform next. Tip 4. Rewired taste buds. Have you ever wondered why a slice of cake tastes almost too sweet after you have avoided sugar for a while? That change is not in the cake, it is in your body. Here is what happens. Sugar has the power to dull your taste receptors. When you eat it every day, your tongue becomes less sensitive. You need more and more sweetness just to feel satisfied. But when you stop, those receptors slowly reset. Natural flavors suddenly come alive. An apple tastes juicy and sweet. A cup of tea feels rich and calming. Even simple vegetables carry new depth of flavor. Here is what you can expect. After about 2 to 3 weeks without sugar, your taste buds sharpen. You may notice that fruit feels like dessert again. You may enjoy vegetables in ways you never did before. I once had a patient in her late 60s who told me that after her 3rd week sugar-free, even roasted carrots tasted like candy to her. That is the power of resetting your taste. One caution: be careful with sugar-free products that use artificial sweeteners. They may not add calories, but they keep your cravings alive and trick your brain. And here is the exciting part. As your taste buds change, your weight also begins to shift, and the scale starts to tell a new story. Tip 5. Long-term health gains, day 30 and beyond. What proof do we really have that quitting sugar works? Here is the surprising truth. By day 30, your body is already showing measurable changes. Medical studies reveal that when people cut sugar, their triglycerides drop, their cholesterol ratios improve. Even fatty liver, which is one of the fastest-growing problems among seniors, begins to reverse. One of my patients, a retired nurse, gave it a try. She stuck to vegetables, fish, eggs, and healthy fats for a month. At the end, her lab tests showed her triglycerides were down nearly 30%, and she told me she had more energy than she had felt in years. Here is what you can do. Keep it simple. Fill your plate with real foods. That means vegetables, quality proteins, healthy fats, and small amounts of berries. Stay consistent and your results build over time. But here is the caution. Do not think of this as a 30-day diet and then return to your old habits. The moment sugar sneaks back in, the old problems come back too. And here is the biggest benefit of all. Staying sugar-free lowers your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia. And that is just the beginning of what your future could look like. Did you know sugar lights up the same brain pathways as cocaine? That is not just a headline. Brain scans show sugar withdrawal activates the very circuits tied to addiction. No wonder quitting sugar feels so hard at first. Here is the science. Every time you eat something sweet, your insulin spikes. Do this often enough, and your cells stop responding. That is called insulin resistance, and it sets the stage for diabetes, weight gain, and even dementia. A major study from the National Institutes of Health confirmed that repeated sugar spikes raise the risk of heart disease and fatty liver. Now let me share a real story. One of my patients, a 68-year-old grandfather, decided to try 30 days without sugar. At first he struggled with cravings, but by the end of the month, his blood work told the story. His A1C dropped, triglycerides went down, and his HDL, the good cholesterol, went up. He also told me his energy was steady all day, no more afternoon crash. Think about that for a moment. The same man who once relied on cookies for energy now had a stable, strong metabolism. And his brain scans would have shown a calmer, more balanced state. But proof is not enough unless you take action. So how do you begin this journey yourself? Let us take the first step together. Imagine this. Just 30 days without sugar. And your body already feels like new. You wake up with steady energy. Your mind is clearer. Hunger no longer controls you. The scale begins to shift. And most importantly, your risk for diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia begins to drop. Here is the truth. It does not take a year. It does not take expensive powders or miracle diets. All it takes is 30 days of saying no to sugar. I have seen seniors who once believed change was impossible feel like they were turning back the clock. 1 week in, they noticed fewer cravings. 2 weeks in, they were sleeping better. By the end of the month, their lab numbers improved and their confidence grew. So here is my challenge to you. Start today. Even 1 week without sugar can open your eyes to what is possible. Share this message with a friend who struggles with cravings. Subscribe so you never miss strategies that protect your independence and keep you strong. And remember this, take care of yourself today. Your future independence depends on it.